Carew in the batter's box. To be effective, you've got to mix your pitch types and speed. Here's what we've seen. That's it. Pretty well down the line in left. And it's going to be Wynn. 1 away. And they'll try and hold the runners second and first. They stay.
Well, that's a big first out of this inning. Now let's see if he can come back and get out of this thing unscathed.
Does Rocco at the plate. Walked in his last plate appearance. One out with runners at first and second. And the first pitch, that one is high. Zimmerman doesn't fool him. Ready with a 1-0. This one's grounded foul wide of first. Here's the pitch. That's cut out and missed. 1-2.
Well, you talk about a guy that doesn't get cheated in the batter's box. You usually see that swing when someone throws a fastball. But he took a mighty hack at that slider, but he came up empty.
On the ground to short. He's up with it. Over to second for 1. And there's the second out of the double play. Well, they're shut down again. That's 6 shutout innings so far. We've still got the shutout here at Nationals Park. Here's Espinosa as he sets in. Steve, let's take a look and see how the pitcher's done today.
How's this righty doing it? Well, he's getting a lot of ground ball outs, and it's because they just cannot seem to stay behind the ball. They keep hitting the top of the ball.
He fouls that one off. 0-1. Cueto kicks and delivers. Hit up the middle. But he stays with it. Gets the out. That's how you do it.
You have to have quick reflexes on the mound. You're the closest to the hitter of anybody else on the field. The ball got back on him. He was able to make the play, moves his feet to be able to get the momentum going to first base for the throw. Nice job.
And we've got Zimmerman batting. He flew out his last time up. First pitch to him. And the pitch from Cueto is good.
This has been a strong performance from Cueto.
Well, let's take a look at a breakdown of how this pitcher has been generating quality strikes. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, that's the story of the game. The great approach he's had going inside and outside to both lefties and righties. A balanced approach with his repertoire.
Well, John, that's exactly the point. That balanced approach makes it unpredictable for the hitter. They can't sit in any one pitch.
Base hit his last time. No one out yet. Runners at first and second. First pitch on the way. There's a swing and a liner. 1. And a deuce, a double play. And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. He's gone 1 for 2 lifetime against the Nationals. Clifford kicks and throws. And he holds off with the pitch low, 1-0.
Well, that fastball right there just missed, just below the knees. Tell you what, a borderline pitch. I think they wanted that one bad.
A 1-0 pitch. Ooh, that looked pretty good, but he falls behind, 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch. Fastball can't catch the corner. He's behind, 3-0. And that misses as well. That's a 4-pitch walk.
Well, it looked like he was taken all the way right there, Gary. Walked him on 4 straight pitches.
Here's Joey Votto. He's gone 1 for 4 in his career against Tyler Clifford. Votto gets set. Here's the pitch. First pitch is outside, 1-0. A swing and a foul off to the right side. This one's pretty well hit to deep left center. And around third on his way home. And he will score from second base. Another run comes in right behind him. On this win expectancy graph, we can see just how much damage that double has done.
Well, the pitcher went to the bottom of the strike zone, but he wanted to sink it out of the zone. The ball doesn't do it. It stays up. He slaps it for a 2-run hit.
You see, that was a pretty good pitch. That's a really quality RBI base hit.
That's good situational baseball by the offense.
Here's the first pitch. Fastball just misses, 1-0. Now Ramos sets the target. That one swung on and missed by Bruce, and the strike evens it up.
Well, that's an awfully big hack for such a slow off-speed pitch. Came up empty.
Fouled off. Clifford kicks and throws. Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. And that one's put away to retire the side. And with that right-hander warming up in the bullpen here, I'm not sure quite what they're thinking.
Well, with the left-handed hitter on deck, he's probably getting ready for hitters later in the lineup.
They pick up 2-3 hits, strand a man. The Reds making progress. They've cut into this lead. It's going to be Marrero now. And on the mound, we're going to see Sam LeCure. He's been chosen to take over out there. And it's fouled away. Here's a swing and a fly ball to right center. That's one away. And Ramos now will come to the batter's box. He homered back in the third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a line to left. And it gets down. That's hit number 2, making good contact.
Now, he's a first pitch fastball hitter. He got the fastball and ripped it into left.
And it's Wynn batting. 0 for 3 to this point. And here's the first one. Called strike, outer half of the plate, 0-1. Pitch on the way. There's a swing towards the hole. And the play made by Francisco. Chick settles in. 2 for 3 thus far. Ramos is on at first. And the first pitch, fastball, misses away, 1-0.
Well, he tried to go outside on the outside corner with that fastball right there. Just got a little bit off the plate. He's got to be careful, though. You don't want that hitter to get his arms extended.
Low for a ball, 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. Line drive fouled off towards first. Here's the 2-1. Lays off the breaking pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike.
They went with the big curveball off the plate, trying to get him to reach for it, but he lays off.
Here's the pitch. That one swung on, hit in the air to deep right center field. And there's the 3rd out. No runs on a hit, and they'll strand him. Nationals 3, Reds 2. Francisco at the plate. Trying again here, just 1 for 3 thus far. And out on the mound, we're going to see Drew Storen. They've decided it was time to make a change here. And the 8th inning starts with a strike.
Look, I think they got to look at anything they can. If there's an inside pitch, get hit by the pitch, get on base, you're the tying run. If you can, lay down a bunt for a base hit. Hit one in the gap. Think about going for 2. Put yourself in scoring position.
Good slider that time. Ruled the ball. 1-2. Slider tough to lay off, and it's 2-2. This is pop foul to the right side, but playable. And looked for a moment like he had a chance to make that play, but not to be. And another foul ball. And that's another foul ball. A liner headed for the hole, and it's in there, the tying run on board.
Well, what a great AB right there. You talk about a guy who battled and battled and battled. Give the pitcher credit. He was making some quality pitches, but the more pitches the hitter made him throw, the result went in favor of the hitter. Great job of hitting.
Carew is batting.
As much as they'd like to get the tying run in scoring position, I doubt we see a steal right here. He just can't run.
Squares to bunt, doesn't offer. Ball 1. On the way. Runs up to bunt that time, but he missed it. It's a strike. Thought about dropping one down that time. Missed it. It's a strike. Swing and a miss on the slider. 1 out.
He helped him right there with 2 strikes. He gets the slider, but he chases it out of the zone for strike 3.
Sirocco up at the plate. We'll get another shot after hitting into that double play last time up. 0 for 2 thus far. One down, runner at first. Here's the first pitch. And he fights this off, fouls it to the right side. Here's the pitch. Can't extend on that one. Behind now, 0-2.
Well, that's just an absolutely great pitch. You wonder why the batter swung through it. If he can continue to throw that pitch right there, they're not going to hit that one today.
Slider misses, and it's 1-2 now.
When you throw a breaking ball like this, you want to start it on the corner and break it off the zone, trying to get the hitter to chase. The hitter didn't take the bait here.
Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. That's going to one hop off the wall.
He takes this 1-2 pitch down in the zone. He's able to go down and get it, get a good part of the bat on the ball, and pick up the base hit.
That's a tough pitch to hit. When you're behind in the count, you just want contact, and he got it. Now it's Brandon Phillips. And Cincinnati, terrific opportunity. Storen with the windup. Fastball, too low, 1-0. Pauses, and now the 1-0. There's a swing, and that one's hit on the ground. And he scores. He is in there in time.
You talk about a guy who's just wearing out the opposition. That's a 4-hit day for him. He is locked in.
LeCure making his way to the plate. Steve, this lineup, wow, if they've been able to create some opportunities, they are executing. They've got it tied.
Well, we just saw right there, Gary, is a guy getting it done in the clutch. That's a prime example of big-time hitting.
Got to be a great ball game. We've sensed it coming, and now we've got ourselves back to a tie. And he squares around, gets down the bunt, throws to first. He's retired. That's 2 down. So now we'll look at the evolving win probability of this game. Pasternicki's in the batter's box, lined out in his last at bat. Runners at second and third and 2 down. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Fouled away. And the 0-1 by Storen. Oh, and he lays off the fastball. Good pitch, 1-1.
Well, he starts that two-seam fastball, the inside corner, but it just runs in on the hands just off the plate.
Swings and grounds this one foul, wide of third. Here's the pitch. And he fouls another one off. Swing and a liner to right center. That's down. Runner could come home. And Phillips scores as well. And we got a guy on the mound that looks like he's tiring out there. The bullpen's active.
Well, he's running out of gas, and I can't see them staying too much longer with this guy. Clearly, he's starting to wear down out there. 3 straight hits against him. He doesn't have the velocity or the bite on his pitches that he had earlier in the game.
And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. Steve, you get that feeling right now this offense is not going to be stopped. They've got themselves a lead late. There's a bullet towards third. And Zimmerman grabs that one. Then the side's retired. A laboring inning right there. 25 pitches thrown to get through it. Cincinnati leading now. They have got the momentum. In the batter's box, it's Blanks. He's going to lead off the home half of the 8th.
Gary, I think you're losing a little something here. I don't think this guy's near.
A swing and a fly ball to left center field. Able to make the grab on that one, 1 out.
Managers face so many different decisions during the course of a game. And as the game goes on and it's close, those decisions become much more critical to success or failure.
Swings and misses the slider, 0-1.
I think down by 2 runs right here now, Gary. I think that you've really got to look at trying to get some big hits. You need that clutch hit. You need somebody to
hit sharply towards the hole. That one's caught. And we've got Storen ready to hit. Here's the pitch. 0-2. Slider swung on and missed. 0-1.
A 2 down. You want a 2-out rally right here in the 8th inning, and you just don't want to put it all on the 9th inning and wait for that to happen. Force something to happen right here. Try to manufacture a run and narrow the deficit by just a little bit.
Ball doesn't get the call on the slider. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. One-two pitch coming. Curveball. Ooh, where did that miss? 2-2. Oh, man, there's the big bender. Struck him outside, retired. And taking a look out there in the bullpen, their closer's getting ready to go, finish off time.
Well, it sends a message to the team that we think this one's over. We're sending out our stopper.
3 up, 3 down this half inning. Cincinnati 5, Washington 3. Things will start getting a little more difficult as we look to the third man to lead it off. And it's Joey Votto now. He doubled home a couple in his last at bat.
You know, they're losing a little bit in the defensive department with this change. It may be geared more toward offense. It's just odd to make this move right now.
Swing and a miss. Joey Votto can't make contact. That'll even up the count.
Well, just because he's a fastball hitter doesn't mean you can't throw him a fastball. Strength on strength right there, and the pitcher came out ahead.
Here's a strike, bottom half of the zone, 1-2 now.
This is why changing speeds is so important for a pitcher. You get the hitter off balance, even more effective when it's down in the zone.
Votto fouls it away. This is pop foul to the right side, but playable. And at first I was going to look playable, but nothing doing. It got away.
Well, it's so important if you're the pitcher, when you have 2 strikes on a hitter and you're ahead in the count, not to just throw something down the middle he can get a good hack at. That pitch was up in the strike zone. Thought he got it by him, but give the hitter a lot of credit. Defensive swing, fouls it off.
And Jay Bruce digs in. This one away. Flew out last time. Fastball is downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes.
Oh, it's a great fastball right there down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
Fastball just misses, and he falls behind 2-0. Third pitch to him, swung on and missed, strike 1. Up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Bruce.
Well, anytime you're a hitter, you can get 3 hits in a game. You're going to see that average start creeping up to where you want it to be, and he's on now with 1 out.
And it's Frazier bounding. He delivers. This one's grounded to second. He grabs it. Oh, that's one. Over to first. He is safe. Almost a double play. Not quite enough time.
They get the lead runner at second base, but I think they would have liked to have gotten 2 right there.
Carew settling in. Struck out swinging his last time up. Here's the first pitch. He swings now and really hit that. And that one's put away to retire the side. No runs at a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. And coming up, we'll see the Nationals. And if you're just joining in, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk bringing you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. Kalish will look for something to hit now as he stands in. Trying to get things going here. Home half of the ninth inning. You can feel that crowd rallying behind him right now. Here's the delivery. Here's a big swing and a miss. 0-2. Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball. 1-2.
Well, he tried that four-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
The 1-2 on its way. It's fouled off. Oh! Fastball just about had him, and it's a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch. Swing, and he shatters his bat as he hits this one on the ground. And they'll record the out at first base. Good timing on that play.
Well, he might not have been able to get him out at the plate, but a short run over to first, and he still retires his name. Defensively, you got one out here in the ninth inning, and you want to make a play. Just get an out. You will trade a run for an out here with a 2-run lead.
Zimmerman in the box. Here's the delivery. Oh! And that's high for a ball. Chapman not getting it in. One 0 on the way. Low. Zimmerman not offering. Hit on the ground. Pastorniki.
He's out.
2 away.
Well, they need one more out. Defense ready, lining up behind the pitching, trying to get that big out, forcing them to put it in play and make the play.
It's going to be Marrero now. 3 for 8 lifetime record against the Reds. Chapman with the pitch. Pulls that one off, and it's high. Ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. 1-0 pitch is a fastball high, 2-0. Inside with the fastball, 3-0.
Well, he's trying to run that fastball low and inside. Just couldn't quite pick up that corner. Didn't get the call.
Swing and a fly ball, and this might be it. That's going to be a wrap. Final out of the ball game.
Facing elimination on the road, a very difficult task, but they got it done. They stepped up. They get the win, and they live to play another one, Gary. So an unbelievable effort here today.
Now look at our player of the game. A standout performance deserving of the recognition today.
Well, the tone of the game is set by the leadoff hitter, and that's how they won this game today. He was pesky, he worked the count, he made the pitcher work, and he jump-started this offense. That's why they got the big win.
And, Steve, they're able to put this one away in the record books. It's a good victory.
Hey, anytime you can go on the road and beat another major league team, you've got to consider yourself fortunate.
And we hope you've enjoyed today's 2K Sports broadcast of Major League Baseball. For Steve, John, and our entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Gary Thorne. We will see you soon.
The NLDS starts here. It'll be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Miami Marlins. And it's game time on 2K Sports.
A great beginning to the postseason is about to begin. These two ball clubs surviving the regular season and now a division series. Gary Thorne with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. He is one of the game's brightest young stars. He burst on the scene. Will he burst on the scene on the mound today? We're going to watch Steven Strasburg. Nighttime baseball here in beautiful Miami. The stadium all lit up. Steve, as he approaches the Cincinnati lineup, what's the key?
You know, we got a chance to see a once-in-a-lifetime pitcher in Steven Strasburg. God didn't make many pitchers with arms like this guy's. A bionic arm, I mean, fastballs over 100 miles per hour. Some of the hardest breaking curveballs I've ever seen in my life. And how about a changeup at 90 miles per hour that still fools the hitters?
Let's check out the lineup Dusty Baker's put together for this ball game. Pasternicki's in the batter's box. Steve, as these two teams settle in, let's take a look at it from the Marlins side.
Home field advantage clearly means a lot, but it means nothing if you don't keep it. And that's why game one is so pivotal. You want to establish control early and run the series.
He dives and an acrobatic catch. What a play. Really, take a look. That is an incredible dive to make that catch.
Hey, take a look at this thing and look at the speed and the instincts. The first step quickness is the key to be able to run that ball down. That's some kind of play right there.
And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. And there's no better time to make that statement in the series than right here in game one.
Well, there's not a better time, but if you don't win game one, you have to just bounce back in game two.
He swings now and really hit that. 2 down. Got a chance to check out the Marlins now. Here's how they'll look defensively.
Well, Gary, in a game like this, they need to play solid defense, especially against a lineup that can put the ball in play like this team can.
And Joey Votto's up. Hit hard on the ground to short. And that one is through. First hit of the ball game for this club. The throw, no luck beating him to second. He is in there.
Well, this pitcher was cruising along in this inning. Not a lot of difficulty so far. Loses concentration for just 1 second, and now a runner in scoring position. He's got to work.
2 outs in the inning. Here's Jay Bruce. Strasburg gets set and delivers. First pitch, fastball, 0-1.
I don't think he likes that call, but when you're diving out over the plate, sometimes that fastball up and in doesn't look like a strike even when it is.
And he'll step on first to retire the side. They pick up no runs on 1 hit and leave him. Now we'll take a look at Cincinnati's starter. Steve, I'm wondering, what do you think of the strategy he's going to have going up against this Miami lineup? Swing and a high pop-up left side of the infield. This one to Phillips. That's one away. There's the lineup for the Marlins. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, he can get lost in the shuffle of the team that he's on, but day in and day out, Ike Davis produces. A big guy, he's going to be a huge power guy once he learns the pitchers in the league.
We'll take a quick look at the Reds and how they'll be lined up on the field. John, anyone in particular that we want to keep an eye on?
Well, you want to see a guy who has grown into an unbelievable fielder. Take a look at Jay Bruce. Not only did he come up as a center fielder, he's moved to right field and made himself one of the best defensive right fielders. But watch that cannon of an arm he possesses. That left arm keeps a lot of guys from taking that extra base.
Swinging a soft grounder towards second. And Phillips picks it up. On to first, 2 away. Davis into the batter's box. 5 for 24 against the Reds.
And just hasn't ever been able to get dialed in against this team throughout his career.
Liner towards the hole. Throws to first, side is retired. Well, how about that? Only Francisco at the plate. He's going to get us started. Second inning. How about our mound performance today, Steve?
Get a lot of
Steve, his name appears when you look at Dusty Baker's offensive plan. And he starts him out. And Sanchez has him 0-1 with that called strike. He swings and nails a liner. That one falls in. That's going to bring Ackley in. Ackley's home. He throws.
Well, anytime you have 2 hits in a game, it will build confidence, and he's carrying it over into this game.
And Heisey's got the bat ready to go. Flew out. Last time. And Tommy Hunter is the pitcher. He's brought in to take over for the Marlins.
I'm sure they didn't set out thinking, hey, let's pitch all our bullpen guys this early in the game. What do you think, Gary? I don't know. They need this guy to hold down the fort and see if he can't give them some innings.
Here's the pitch. And another foul ball. One-two pitch coming. Line drive left of the bag and foul. Checks him at second. Has to dive, but he's back in there in time. Here's a spin and a throw back to second. And he dives back safely. Swing and a miss on the breaker, one down.
That's a hard-biting curveball right there with great break. Awfully tough to put in play. Swung right through it.
Joey Votto at the plate, runner in scoring position. Drove in a run earlier in the game. Votto fouls it away. On the way. And Joey Votto watches that one go by. Count is even.
A front door two-seam fastball, trying to throw it inside, letting it tail back to the inside corner. Couldn't quite catch the corner though.
That misses down in the zone, 2-1. Swing and a miss. Joey Votto can't make contact. That'll even up the count.
He likes to swing 2-2. He's very aggressive, trying to fight off that strikeout. Let's see if he can get him chase a pitch out of the zone now.
And he looks at a called third strike on the slider, 2 down.
Okay, Cam registers this at 86 miles per hour with some pretty good break. Well, that's a big strikeout for the second out of the inning. It tied him up right there. Now the tying run stays at second base with 2 outs. They need a big base hit. I like Jay Bruce up right here, Gary. A patient young hitter with pop in his bat.
He singled in his last at bat. Strike started off the at bat 0-1. Here's a swing and a line drive. And that is in there, the go-ahead run on board. And count the run, game tied. And he'll get in there without a play.
Gotta love the approach right there, Gary. Never letting up, going for 2 out of the box.
And a little bit of the element of surprise, I think, Steve, because where that ball landed is not a common area to take an extra base.
You know what? You have to take advantage of opportunities or create opportunities. That's what he did right there.
Francisco at the plate. Steve, this lineup, wow, they've been able to create some opportunities. They are executing. They've got it tied.
Here, we just saw a quality at bat right there. That's some clutch hitting. They needed the big hit. They got it, and now we're tied.
Here's the pitch. Line foul towards third. The 1-2 on its way. The slider swung out of this, struck him out, side gone. They pick up 2, 3 hits, strand a man. Reds 4, Marlins 4. And Mayberry batting. You got to expand that strike zone. And so we'll take a look here at the pitches that he smacked that one. He got it right up the middle. Throw on to first in time, went away.
Now credit the second baseman with a well-executed play right there. Comes up with the ball and quickly gets it from his glove to his throwing hand and throws him out at first.
And Bell's in the box. Now in his 7th season in the bigs. Bell working on the 0-1 count now.
That's a good swing right there. He was right on it, just came up empty. He can do some damage if he ever connected with that pitch.
He's trying for second.
Well, with one out here and a guy on first base, the last thing you want to do is hit into a double play. Let's see if he can stay away from that.
Botker is batting. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch on the way. There's a swing and a liner towards the gap in left field. In there, and this is going to be trouble. He's going to try for third. And now he's heading for home. There's the throw. Tagged at home, and he is out of there. And he'll stop at third. That's a 3-bagger.
Well, this wasn't the type of start the pitcher wanted, or the manager wanted, or his team wanted. Now they got to see if the bullpen can do a little bit better.
You have 2 outs here in the inning, only need 1 more. The last thing you want is a big 2-out hit. They're not going to chance it with this guy.
Yeah, but I don't understand this. You've already got 2 outs in the inning, and this guy isn't one of the better hitters in the game. Go at him, challenge him, show something.
And Adams is in the box. He flew out his last time up. Madsen gets him to swing and a miss for a strike.
Well, as a hitter, if you're looking for something off speed, you don't swing at anything hard. But that's what he did. He wasn't.
The runner's heading home. They got him in a pickle. They're going to have to quit making so many throws if they're going to get this guy out. And he's going to be tagged out at the plate. Wow. Carew up next. Now, he'll lead off the 7th. Got a tie ball game here, so you got to be ready to react. So they've got both the righty and lefty throwing.
And I suspect the manager's going to use both of them to be able to handle the situations and matchups through the rest of the inning.
Bookvich will be their new pitcher. He's brought in to take over for the Marlins. 1-0 pitch is a slider. Swung on and missed. 21.
Well, when in doubt, when you're undecided, swing hard, and that's what he did. But he got the slider, and he swung through it, but a big, powerful swing.
Whoa! Wouldn't offer at the curveball. Takes the count even at 2.
Now throwing that curveball down and in. He changes speeds to get the hitter off balance, but that pitch down and inside can get hurt if he leaves it hanging over the plate.
Down on strikes there. Nice piece of pitching work.
Well, he's up in the mid-90s now, so pretty good velocity, but not much break on it.
Mesoraco at the plate, still seeking his first hit of the ball game. Now the first pitch. He sends this one in the air towards center. No problem with that one. Here's Brandon Phillips, 2 down. Last time up, flew out. Now Avila sets up. First pitch is a changeup, looked at 0-1.
This is why changing speeds is so important for a pitcher. You get the hitter off balance, even more effective when it's down in the zone.
And it's 0-2. Phillips trying to avoid the strikeout.
Well, that's just textbook pitching right there. Exactly where you want to put the breaking ball. Either keep it down at the knees or even bounce it in the dirt if you have to get the hitter to swing over top of it. That's what he did there. Great pitch.
Ended this inning with a nice piece of pitching work as he gets the K. And they're held in check here in this half inning. We're still tied here in Miami. And Adams is in the box. He'll start the home half of the 7th. Trying again here, just 1 for 3 thus far. And the first pitch. Line towards second. And he boots it. But he stays with it, gets the out. That's how you do it. No runs. And Madsen's in the box. He'll lead it off here, inning number 8. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, the pitcher going for that hole, and most hitters swing up and in. He found that strike zone with a 4-seam fastball, and he couldn't get to it.
Takes a swing at that 0-1 pitch, but the curve is in there for strike 2. And at first that one was going to look playable, but nothing doing. It got away.
Well, the battle starts when you step in the batter's box, but the real battle starts when the count is 0-2, and that's where he sees himself. But give him credit.
Ground ball to short. Mayberry. In time for the out. Pasternicki's in the batter's box. Double home run in his last at bat. Madsen with the windup. Here's a swing and a ground ball. And Phillips picks it up. One away. And Mayberry batting. Grounded out his last time through. And here's the first one. And it's fouled off. Foul! Oh, 1, Madsen delivers. Good arm action. Circle change, swung out and missed. 0-2.
Well, that's an awfully big hack for such a slow off-speed pitch. Came up empty.
And he's looking to bring in that go-ahead run. Run from third.
Now with 2 outs, the infield can play back, but it's still a dangerous situation with this.
This one's popped in the air, drifting towards the right side. And that ends the half inning as Davis makes the play. So they can't push any.
You can feel the pressure now. You feel the excitement, the energy in the stadium. Late game excitement.
Bottom half of the last inning, and you got to believe that you're swing liner back up the middle. And he's on the potential winning run. Get ready. He's going to try to stretch it. And with that right-hander warming up in the bullpen here, I'm not sure quite what they're thinking.
Well, with the left-handed hitter on deck, he's probably getting ready for hitters later in the lineup.
Take the risk, and sometimes it pays off, and it does there.
Well, I tell you what, it's a risk. There's no question about it. He got in safely, but I have to consider whether it's a risk worth taking.
Here is a chance for Alex Avila, and he is batting here late in the game in a crucial spot.
Well, you've got a base runner. You don't know if you're going to get.
Here's a swing and a ground ball. And out. Pitcher makes a nice play at first base.
That was a nice play. Saw the opportunity at first. Didn't waste any time getting over. That's the key. Beat the runner to the bag.
Good hustle off the mound. And Adams is in the box. He could win this thing right now. Fly ball someplace deep.
Well, I expect them to bring the infield and the outfield in here to try to cut that runner down at the plate.
And that just gives him more options at the plate to get a base hit. Kingray will grab a bat and hit here. Hagedorn at the plate. He's looking to put an end to it right now.
A base hit or a short fly ball probably puts an end to this.
That would be a game winner. Fisher will be the pinch hitter.
As the pinch hitter comes into the game now, it officially closes the book on this guy's day.
And this rolls all the way to the wall. A bingo! And a running run, and this game is over.
Well, big postseason victory right here, and doing it for the hometown crowd. So they're happy, and they live to play another day.
And now, what you say we present an award to our player of the game.
Well, you know, Gary, a lot of times it doesn't matter how many hits you get, but when you get those hits. And sometimes it only takes one, and that's how this game was decided today. That one big hit was the reason this team won. That's why he's our clutch performer.
What an outstanding affair.
Gary, as a ball club, you really want to come out and dictate the tempo right from the start of the series, and they did that today.
So for Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.